Howdy, Wild One. How's it going out there? Are you in hot pursuit of your most adventurous, passionate, authentic life like I am? It's been a busy summer for me, and I'm really excited to be here today because this episode is only made possible by one of our viewers, George. Everyone, a round of applause for George for coming through with the cable that I needed to connect my hard drive, which you remember from the last scuttlebutt I was bitching about the Mercury retrograde and how when I flew back from California back to Baltimore, I didn't have that cable with me, and that was like the footage I was trying to finish up to show you. So here we are, thanks to George. Woo! Now, this episode is mainly kind of picking up where I left off. I had already cleaned the garage and got a workspace set up, but I take caretaking of the land very seriously wherever I am. I try to really pay attention to the animals, the insects, the plants, who's growing there, what they're doing. I try to have a light touch with it too, because especially when I'm in Northern California in the forest, I feel like I'm the guest there and that we all are trying to live together. And so when you're naturally going to be displacing sometimes just spiders and insects, and sometimes rats and lizards, and sometimes like bigger critters and things like that. So I just try to be respectful when I do that. So sometimes it slows me down a little bit because, as you'll see in this episode, like every time you move one thing, it's like, oh wow, there's an ant colony. And then really I just wait for them. They don't like it. They don't like being exposed. So, give them a couple hours and they've moved all their larvae. I mean, God, it's such a masterclass in cooperation watching the ants. And there was like 3 different size ants and 3 different types of colonies. So it was really interesting. Just moving things around, trying to clean up the area around the driveway and the outside of the garage. There's like a crazy tangle of hoses and just needed a lot of raking and things like that, which feels a little bit, let's see, it just feels, a little Sisyphean, I guess we'll say, because it's like you're almost sweeping the forest floor, which is like, good luck. But the tree limbs, there's so much tree debris and things like that, and that is what they call the fuel for forest fires and things like that. So, it's good to keep up on those things. So a little bit of land work, and then also I was mostly getting my truck ready for my trip to Seattle, which maybe you saw the scuttlebutt where I was talking about being up there helping out my friend. I was a stage manager, stagehand for one of my OG homies on a theater show that she did called Birds of Play. So we'll get into that the next episode. And this episode was mostly about getting my truck ready. I hadn't been out, on a road trip with her in a long time. I have a 2000 Toyota Tacoma with like over almost 320,000 miles on her. But she had been in a fender bender, and I didn't do this. I have one time we were in an accident with my ex-husband driving. It was just like in DC on the Beltway, and someone stopped really suddenly and we banged into them. So that was one time. Also in LA, I rolled into somebody at a light. So it wasn't like, a big one, but it put a little dent in, and then it like basically pushed the plastic in of my bumper in just kind of an ugly way. And then I was just parked one day and I came back and someone had rear-ended me pretty bad and had dented the bumper, and the grill was completely broken and off. So she had kind of been looking toothless to me, and also with like a big road trip, I did want to just like have some sort of barrier, to all the little things going on in the engine that you can see in there. So I just kind of DIY'd something out of sticks, which is really funny, but you guys know how I like to do. 1.0, work with what you got. Any kind of materials lying around, I just I just found some sticks and made a simple little grill for my truck to make this voyage. So that's what we're gonna see today. I'll pop back in shortly, but I hope you're having a great summer. I know I always kind of measure the enjoyment of my summers by how evenly tanned I am, because, you know, I don't like tan lines, and look how tan my armpits are, y'all. I know, I'm tan everywhere, and that's thanks to Northern California, where it's spread out enough. You can just be naked in nature. And that's one of the reasons I really love it out there, because that is church to me. Being naked in the sunshine, feeling the sun, on your undercarriage, swimming with nothing on, just you and the water and the sun and the air. That's truly church. You really know you're alive, and it feels so good. So, anyway, I've been having a really great summer, and it's been just very, very busy. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope it's inspiring you to be creative and to just live an authentic, colorful life. So I'll see you soon. Thanks, George. Here's the other part that's kind of fun. Just my camping zone. This is an old bed frame. Look at the pine cones I just got the other day. They're so big. These are drying. Put spar varnish on them. So just giving you a little update on what's going on. Today I'm trying to fix the insulation has been coming off. The inside of the cap I had lined with this insulation, which does help, but it's like half taken off. It like all fell down. Look at the alien back there. So I gotta like clean out my bed and try to put up the insulation again and just get this all tightened up, because I'm making a road trip in a couple days here up to Seattle. So I'm yeah, just trying to get this ready. They are believed to hold the essence of creation, too sacred to be found, too powerful to it is at this point. I mean, it's pretty secure. I just want it to be like minimal, but I want this to be very secure, so it's not gonna like pop off or wiggle around too much. The truck is too old for extra wiggling these days. All these pipes and it's a mess back here, this poor tree. like a sound bath.
It won't wake me. I'm in the back of the house.
Can you see inside of here? Cleaned all this out. It was crazy. Can't believe this poor magnolia tree. So it looks like this on one side, and then it looks like this on the other. It's so crazy. What's going on back here? Just cleaned all this out today. This is all had construction trash, like literally like those roof shingles and like a bunch of that shit was like all over here. It was just stacked and the boxes had all disintegrated. It was so gross. Ugh. Anyway, I got that. I mean, that's like a major. And then this, I got all this cleared out. There was like a garden bed here, a bunch of weird shit, more ants. Moved all this stuff. Got the wind chimes hung. But yeah. And then this is the shop. Been working away here. Painting lots of things. Got a little space set up. Got these made. See my weird, I'm trying to sell my weird little folk art stuff. Aren't they cool? They're little hammers. Got those done. Yeah, so then I got that, started to get this cleaned out. Yes, yesterday I guess I did this. It's like so much rat shit. It's so, God. Anyway, that's what's going on here. I didn't get a good before picture. That's all poison oak. Respect, respect. Don't mess with me, I'm not messing with you. Cleaned all this. Time began in the garden. A lot of madrone. Cut a lot of those down. That's where the ants were today. They're all gone. These are amazing. Holy shit, you guys, look. There's a baby praying mantis. Do you see it? Hi. Look how cool he is. How neat is that? Little baby. Wow, it's so tiny. Don't get stuck in the spider web. Don't get stuck in there. Oh, so cool. My baby gleaming in the sun. She looks so good. Oh yeah. We got her all cleaned up. Look at this. Oh yeah. Backseat looks good. Taken off. Got the new grill on. She's looking good. Got the truck packed. Got things cleaned up, put away. Okay, here we go. My chariot awaits.
Now, I just want to say for the record how much I appreciate really finely crafted things and works of beauty. And even though the grill of my truck may seem very rustic and little hillbilly for some, you know, I just want to talk again about perfectionism and how I've really had to condition myself to just do it anyway, to turn off the part of my brain that's constantly like, and it is constant, hashtag Virgo moon, of like, this could be better, you know, and stop judging myself and just get it done. Because once something is done, then you have something to work off of and work from. Whereas if it's only in your mind and you never actually do it, there's nothing happening. It's not moving forward. And this is actually related to some kind of a deep spiritual teaching that I got this week, actually, from a woman I follow named Alunya. And it is that if you're only taking in information and not actually processing it and using it, it stays as stuck energy, similar to undigested food. So it is important, and I found this, the more time that goes by since I've been like on social media and really addicted to a lot of these apps. Not that I'm totally out of the woods, but because of how aware I am of my expanding perception and weird psychic things, and just my intuitive trees talking to me and knowing what's going on, like just, and insights just being like bloop, you know, arriving inside of me. I see that it's very important to not take in more information, ideas, images than I need to, you know, before I can process and integrate them. I was thinking about this, like with, you know, I like thrifting a lot because I'm always looking for materials, and I'm fixing up a house and here in Baltimore, and all of my clothes were in storage the whole year. So I didn't even have winter clothes here. So I was constantly like, you know, just going out foraging. But like the way that I assimilate that stuff is like right away. It's like I cut the tags off, not just the tags, but like because I was you know, stage performer, taking my clothes off a lot, I just always cut the actual tags out of my clothes because I don't like them sticking up. They bother me visually. I think they're ugly, and then they're unsightly on the stage. So cut the tags off, and then I wash whatever it is. There's nothing I don't wash. Paperback books I wipe down with a damp cloth. Everything gets touched with water, usually with peppermint, Dr. Bronner's, which is very cleansing. So everything is claimed by me through, you know, a baptism, essentially. And then it's put in a place, you know, if it's art supplies, if it's clothing, it's like it's getting to where it's going. And I was just thinking about this idea because it's really true. It's like we just consume so much. And even watching, you know, another person I follow, Lydia Foxglove on Cozy Creative, she's a writer, a fantasy fiction writer, who talks about, you know, living a creative life too. And she was saying the other day about her, you know, she was trying to take another stab at going back to Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and it wasn't worth it. And, you know, the time it took, you know, sort of like was kind of neutral rewards, but that, you know, she needs to be reminded of things like 25 times. And I was like, immediately, I was like, when you get off social media, you don't need to be reminded of things 25 times. Your memory starts coming back. And also, like, I don't like to be reminded of things 25 times. I don't need that. I feel like that's, and because I have been in that place and now I'm not in that place, you know, I am really aware of like my own change, that change in myself. So it's just kind of a really important thing for me to mention, is just this idea of like really digesting and processing anything that we're taking in. And similarly, as I was saying about the perfectionism thing, it's like, if it only exists in the ether, it's not actually usable. You know, it's been bugging me for a long time that I couldn't get the body work done that I wanted to fix my truck back up the way that I want her to look. But I was like, okay, are you going to cry about it and be sad every time you look at it, like, oh, my truck's dying, this is the end of my truck, blah, blah, blah? Or am I going to be like, all right, well, what can I do about it right now with what I have? Literally sticks, wire, and string is what I have. And can I do something with that? Yes, I can. Is it my favorite piece of work? No. Someone's outside in a car. It's kind of loud. Go away. Ugh. Anyway, it's not my favorite piece of work, but it got me started, you know, and it changed the situation immediately. So it's just like that constant need to like push past perfectionism and just make things happen anyway is somehow related to that idea of digesting and processing information. What Ilunia was saying was really interesting. She was saying that you know, knowledge without application is actually useless. And what have we been doing on the damn internet this whole time? Just like taking in information. So it just like it just accumulates in you. And if you aren't actually using it, you know, like today, even me sharing what I learned about from Ilunia, it's like, that's me using the knowledge that I just gained. So I just wanted to share some of that. You know, I believe that being an artist is a spiritual calling first and foremost. And I believe I am a spiritual teacher. I mean, Scorpio sun also. Of course, I'm going to see it like that. But, you know, I'm sharing with you a way of seeing and being in the world that I hope shows you what it looks like when someone is very real with themselves. Like, I know myself very deeply. I like myself a lot because I've been to the edges, you know, I've explored the edges of my soul, you know, and it's never done, but I have a lot of depth, and I'm not afraid to use it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to check out my Substack, which I just got back up and running. It is the other side of this Artist in the Wild experience. I'm on their substack.trixielittle.com. You can sign up for free and just get updates about new episodes, shows that I'm doing, things like that. There is a paid membership where if you want to support this Artist in the Wild, doing what I do, trying to bring you the gold, then please sign up. There's a few different options for you. And thanks for watching. If you like this, please, you know, do something to help me grow this channel. You know what to do. I appreciate it. Thanks again to George for the cable. So we got this episode out. Next time we will be taking our voyage to Seattle. So let's look forward to that one. And in the meantime, stay wild, stay weird, and I'll see you out there. Oh!